Okay, beautiful people, beautiful souls, beautiful sisters. Yesterday I posted my first YouTube video in English. My native language is Dutch, and it was more like a trial because I'm in this group, a supporting group of a beautiful, beautiful woman who is teaching us, of sharing with us a lot about how to make impact. And for me, it was quite difficult to talk because I speak Dutch, and to speak from my heart. If I have to do it in English, then most of the time I lose my words. So then I'm all the time like, So I decided yesterday to tell my life story in a short way. So I wrote it down, and then I just was reading my story to the other women, men in the group. And I received this amazing response this morning from another woman in the group. And I was already typing because when I was reading her, I felt my heart beating, like my system was getting, how do you say that? Yeah, I felt this activity in my system, and I know why, because what she was writing, that's something I have fear for. So I was like, okay, maybe this is a good moment to make a new video and just start talking. So this video is in response to this beautiful woman who sent me her comment. And I want to call this video Living in Fear with a Hypersensitive System, and how I'm walking the path of healing. So I'm going to talk today about my fears, and that's something I never spoke out loud, I think. So let's just start. But first, I want to thank Amy, in this case, for your open-hearted response. And my first feeling when I was reading your message was, I really, really feel you. And I can only imagine what kind of roller coaster you ended up in. And how when I was reading you, I really felt the ground fading under my feet. Like, if you get that news, then it's just, your world is falling apart. And in one part, it's like you have to get all your power together to stand up again. And on the other hand, it's, you have to find the softness in yourself to overcome this. So it's really, it looks like a contradiction, but it's really like your strength is your weakness and your weakness is your strength. And if you combine these two together, there you have the balance. And this is something I have to learn myself still. I'm still walking the path of healing. So, and it doesn't mean that I'm not whole. So I'm going to explain you why I felt this anxiety in my body. Because, well, after my mom died and was diagnosed with cancer, and then she died, I get this fear for cancer. And before that, I never had that fear. It's very stupid. So it's something that came into my system. And then one day I felt this bump in my breast, and immediately I get this anxiety, like, oh my God, what's going on? Maybe I have it now. And then I decided to go into my body to feel what's going on. I have to put a little pause because I have an airplane and I have a child on the couch who is ticking on the window. 2 seconds. So I'm back, and I always lose my thoughts because everything is going very fast in my mind. So let me take a bit of my healthy juice before I start talking again. I have to take my breath. So I had this bump in my breast and I went into my body. So I traveled inside, and there was this voice that told me that it wasn't what I was afraid of. But still, I couldn't trust that voice. And so I was like fighting with the voice that came from inside and everything that was happening around me outside, because so many people around me, not like friends or relatives, but just close around me, came with this news that they had cancer. So it really became like the new disease that's so much more than we've ever in my life than I've ever experienced before. And I have an opinion about it because, well, yeah, if you want to talk about that thing, then maybe I have to make another video. So let me stay to this, that it's just the fear I have. Okay, what happened? 1.5 years long, I was busy with my body, talking to my body that everything was okay, that I have this trust in my body, that I know that my body is doing everything to support me. I connected with more than with the white light, let me say the white light, and very much, well, how can I explain it? I was just continuously in this up and down, up and down, up and down. Then I felt the strength, yes, everything is okay. And then the next moment, I hear somebody with this disease, or something happens, and then the anxiety comes up, and immediately I felt some pain. And then not long after I discovered the first bump, I felt another one, and another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. So it was like, what the fuck is going on in my body? Then I get this dream, and in this dream I was walking to a healer who was going to give me a sound healing. And when I was walking in the streets, I saw that a lot of people were looking at me, and there was especially one man that was really, really paying attention to me. And then I looked at myself and I realized that I didn't wear a pants. I only wear like a shirt and an underwear, but no pants. And I looked at him, and in my mind, I was like, well, what the fuck, just look at me, I don't care. I have to go somewhere, and it's very important. So I just kept on walking, and I arrived at this place where there was this man. I can still see his face, and he told me I could lay down on his treatment couch. So I did, and he told me that if he starts playing the singing bowls, that the chair would start turning. And I was like, ooh, okay, because I'm a little bit afraid of getting dizzy. It's all because of the plane, my plane accident, and with my face. Because after that, I felt like dizzy all the time. My whole system was out of alignment. So the feeling of getting dizzy makes me scary. So I was like, okay, Nyaki, I'm here. I'm just gonna do it. And I lay down on that couch, and he starts playing the singing bowls, and it started turning. And then I felt this black energy ball inside of my solar plexus area, and it was so freaking big that I was like, okay, it's coming up, it's coming up, it's coming up. And I told the man, oh my God, it's coming up, and I cannot get it out of my throat because it's too big. So if it's coming here, then I would die. And then he told me, yeah, that's correct. If you let it out in once, you will die. So it's up to you that you let it out in parts, like particles. And I was like, but I want this out of my system. I want this out of my system. I cannot live with this. It has to go out. and it was so crazy. And then one of a sudden I woke up and I was like, oh my God, is it out? Is it out? Is it out? And then I realized, okay, I carry a lot of fear, anger, all from my childhood, my life, everything that happened to me, and that all these things I couldn't, how do you say that? I couldn't heal in the moment, that was it. Or I couldn't let it be in the moment. So I just put it, everything inside of me. And then I realized, okay, this is the work I have to do now. I have to let this go piece by piece by piece. And then I have all these little bumps in my breast. And for me, it was really a sign that this big black energy ball was getting, was getting loose and was creating all these little particles, and they were stationating inside of my breast because they were here now, not here anymore, to come out. And for me, it's the only way, that's what I feel, to heal myself is to speak my truth, to speak out my fears, to speak out everything that you normally, that I would normally keep to myself. So when I saw your response this morning, I decided to tell you my part of my story. So what happened? I walked around with these bumps in my breast for over a year and a half. And I couldn't bring it up to bring myself to the hospital and check it out, because there was something inside of me that was so afraid of getting the news that I maybe have that disease. And only the thought of it kept me away from the hospital. I was like, no, I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to do it myself. And even if it's that, then I don't want to know. And then something happened inside of my household. What was very hard on me. And then it turned on this fire inside of me, and the realization that it could be that I have to be the one that have to take my children and be able to take care of them. So I needed that strength. And then I told my husband, okay, it's time, I'm gonna call the hospital now. And I did it, and they gave me the appointment. So it was 2 days after or 1 day after I could come immediately. And I came there, and they told me that they wanted to give me this, how do you call that? The mammography. I don't know if it's good in English. And everything in my system said, no, I don't want it, because I already had one mammography way back. And I had the feeling that the mammography also was part of creating more things in my breast, more hard things. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I just want to have the ultrasound. And well, they listened to me, so I lay down, and my heart was racing. And then they start examining me. And then she say, yeah, well, I see here. And I could just point them where they had to go. I say here, there. And she was like, oh my God, you know exactly where they are. I say, yeah, because I'm in tune with my body. I feel them. I'm so high sensitive. Everything that's in energy already, that's passing my system, I can feel it. And well, to make a long story short, she told me that there were not, it's not cancer, but it's there were cysts, and there were a lot, over 30. So she was like, yeah, we cannot really do something about this, only if you are really in pain, because I had a few big ones and the rest were small ones. And she explained me that they can suck it out, the liquid, and but most of the time it's coming back. So it just has, it has to heal itself, or I don't know how, but I couldn't even hear anymore because I was crying like a baby. the relief I felt in in that moment was crazy. It was really crazy. And she asked me, why didn't you come earlier? And I told her I was so afraid after my mom. And I have 3 children. I'm a mom and they need me. And I couldn't bring myself to the point to check it out. I was like, I don't want to know. I just want to live. And um, she made me promise that if I have pain or if there is something, that I would come back to the hospital. And I say, yes, I will do that. I promise that. I'm not sure if I can keep that promise, honestly, because I have this fear for the hospital. And that fear, oh my God, so many fears. That fear existed after they couldn't find what's wrong, what was wrong with my head after I get paralyzed. I have, of course, the graves, the hyperthyroid, and they cannot find the reason why I have that. So I did my own research. So I had a few times that they could not really give me an answer, and still I have all these problems. So my faith in the hospital was fading away. And it doesn't mean that I'm not very grateful to have this kind of modern medicine possibilities, because a few days ago my son had this emergency. It's never gonna stop. My life is just like a freaking I don't know. And one of his organs were there was one of his organs couldn't get oxygen and blood. So this was really like, we have a few hours and he has to get operated. And it was just last Thursday. And it was this mother feeling that said, you have to go to the hospital now. And we did. And he get this operation. And I was so grateful, so thankful that we have that possibility to go to the hospital and they can do this kind of things. But this is like very, how do you say that in English? Direct is not the right word, but it's, this is going on, we can operate you and it's finished. And with other kind of things, so like the hyperthyroid and all these things, they cannot find the reason, the main core of this disease. And so they only can give you medicine, and that is what I received all the time: medicine, medicine, medicine. And I know that medicine is not always good for your body. I'm on medicine as we speak, so I have nothing against medicine, because sometimes you just need it because there's no other solution. But if it's up to my heart, then I really want to get far away from that, from medicine. Yeah, it's so but I hope you understand. So the whole point of this video is that there are so many people, and in my case women, that are walking around with this kind of fears. And I just want to say to the women who are watching my videos that if you ever felt this, what I just explained, know that you are not alone. Maybe you've also been walking around with a secret of fear, like I'm doing, avoiding doctors, because you're afraid to know the truth. Then let me say this, that sometimes the truth you are putting inside of your mind isn't the truth of your body. And something I have to learn, and maybe I can share with you, is that our body is not our enemy. We are here in life, in this body, because this is a journey of remembrance and safety and reclaiming the trust in ourselves. And I really feel that I want to share more about this subject, because it's so important to just start talking about it. And the reason I focus mainly on women is because most of the women I know, they are moms. They are moms, and we didn't get this. Yeah, in Dutch we say handleiding. We didn't get this manual how to become a good mom, how to take care for your children in the right way. And the pressure and the responsibility and wanting to do wanting to do everything good for your children, for your family, for the people around you, we carry so freaking much on our shoulders, and we don't even realize that. And most of the time we are running and we are trying to make our money and take care of the family, and also want to experience some freedom and whatever. It's just so freaking much. And that is just a burden on our system. And yeah, I'm very curious if there are people, women who are listening to my videos and experience the same, if they are ready to start sharing, talking about their fears, because this is not the only fear I carry. I think the main fear, the main fear of all the little things around it is dying. Dying and leaving this life behind, leaving your children behind. And as I speak this, and then I realize, I feel my neighbor. When I was young, I had this little girl living next to me. And when I left the house, she was still living there next to my mom, and she had a young child, and she passed away of cancer as well. 5 weeks before my mom. If I'm right, even kijken. 1 month, yeah, 1 month before my mom. So that was also another, I can say, shock to really experience that it's possible to live life as a mom of young children. And then my mom passed. And my mom was so busy also with the neighbor, because she felt so much compassion, and she was like, oh my god, she's too young, and why her, and look what happened. She passed away, my mom passed away. And it was kind of beautiful that when I go to the cemetery to take my mom's ashes, they were standing next to each other. They were neighbors again. So there was something beautiful about that, but also very painful. And I hope that they are very, how do I say that? I hope that they are good where they are now. I know that they are good where they are now. So I think that's the main thing. We are afraid of losing life, maybe losing other things, but most of it is life. We want to live. And I think that is very normal, especially for the high sensitive people, because we feel we have to do something here. And could it be that we are experiencing all this kind of body sensations, sensitivities, problems, to wake up in ourselves? Sorry, I had to burp, and burp is releasing, so probably I speak some truth here. Yeah, just to realize that there is so much power inside of us, and that we were driven so far away from ourselves, And I really believe that we are here to create this bridge. The bridge is already there, but to make it strong enough so our children can pass over that bridge and start living another kind of life, not a life in a prison like we experienced, like our parents experienced, but life in freedom. And maybe that's why we are in the group at the moment, because that's what we wanted to create for ourselves. But I really feel that we all have a calling, and that every time we experience this kind of fears, problems, whatever, body sensations, that it's time again to listen, to really feel. We already talked about the part of flying out of our bodies. And I think that a lot of people around us are not really grounded in their body. And I experienced that too. So for me, it's also very important to stay grounded in my body. My body is my temple. And this is a big part of Sacred Return, where I'm focusing on activating the embodiment of the women, because when we are present in our bodies, there we get the answers. Only if we are present. And life is most of the time living us instead of that we are living life. So it's very important to stay in the here and now, present in yourself. And as I'm speaking, I feel that I'm landing in my body. So I have to stop this video. I just want to say, beautiful sister, if you ever feel hijacked by fear, this video can be for you. Just let me say it in another way. You are not crazy. You are not crazy. Your sensitivity is not too much. Really not. And I say this to myself, but also to you. Healing begins when truth is spoken. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Just speaking from my softness. And if you feel it, if you can resonate with it, please subscribe to this channel. And let's speak truth. Truth about everything. Truth from the heart, from our being, without fear. Thank you.